All right, everybody, welcome back. My name is Craig, and I have 25 years experience in the commercial tile industry. I'm thrilled to dive into a classic today, terracotta tiles. These rustic reddish beauties have a 5,000 year history from ancient Mesopotamia to Renaissance Italy, literally meaning baked earth in Italian, but you're here to learn how to install them, not a history lesson. So whether you're a DIYer or an installer seeking some pro tips, a designer exploring some options, stick around. We're gonna cover the good, the bad, and occasionally tricky, and create some timeless terracotta projects that last. Let's get started. What makes terracotta special? Terracotta is a clay-based, typically unglazed, and porous. Sometimes it can be glazed, but the porosity impacts the installation and care. So let's break that down step by step. Step 1, prep the foundation. Your surface must be clean, flat, and dry. Skipping this step invites loose tiles or even uneven spots. Remove old flooring, dirt, grease, adhesive, patch any holes or cracks. The subfloor must be stable. No squeaky boards or bouncy floors. For uneven surfaces, you may need to apply a self-leveling compound. Step 2, let's acclimate those tiles. Terracotta tiles expand and contract with temperature and humidity. Bring them into the installation area 48 hours or so before laying the tile. While acclimating, mix the tiles from different boxes, dry lay them to blend the color, texture, and size, especially with handmade or reclaimed terracotta. A natural variation is its charm, but you want it evenly distributed. Step 3, plan your layout. Measure the area, find the center, dry lay the tiles with the typical wider grout joints necessary for terracotta tile. This will let you visualize your pattern, whether it's square, hexagon, octagon, or an intricate design. Plan your cuts. Once satisfied, mark those guidelines on your substrate. Step 4, apply the adhesive. Use an adhesive designed for porous tiles. Check with your supplier or manufacturer for suggestions. I found that most modern mortars will bond well. Brush off any excessive grit from the back before applying any adhesive. Mix your mortar according to the manufacturer's instructions and use an appropriate size notch trowel. A lot of terracotta has this handmade irregular look. This often gives you a concave back. This back needs to be addressed by back buttering or back troweling the tile. This is necessary even for smaller formats and is critical for full coverage and a strong bond. Step 5, setting the tiles. Place the tile in the adhesive, press down firmly, and move it perpendicular to the trowel ridges for great contact. If you want to use spacers, you can, and they can help even with these wider joints. Wipe any excessive adhesive from the joint and that's gotten on your tile. It'll be difficult to remove later. Also, don't forget about your movement joints. All tile systems need a movement joint. The perimeter of the room for smaller areas may be enough. If you have a large area, consult the TC&A manual. This will give you some guidance. Having these joints is critical for successful installation. Step number 6, cut tiles. Terracotta can be fragile, so use a wet sile with a diamond blade for clean cuts. Change the water often because it can stain. For small or curved cuts, using nippers or a 4-inch grinder, or really any specific tile bit or cutters. The tile is relatively soft and will cut well. Measure twice, cut once, wear your safety goggles and gloves. When cutting with a wet saw, use even pressure and cut slowly. Don't get in a hurry. Remember, your terracotta has some natural uniqueness to it. So sanding the edge or even adding some chips after your cut to give your tile that factory look. This may take a little bit of practice, so make sure you got a couple of scrap tiles, test out the edge, so you get the look you want. Step number 7, and probably the most important one, seal your tile before grouting. Unsealed terracotta stains easily, so sealing is non-negotiable. Apply at least 2 coats of a penetrating sealer before grouting to prevent your grout from staining your tile, especially these textured tiles. Test the sealer on a spare tile just to make sure you like the color it leaves it. Follow the specific sealer's installation instructions. Now is a great time to put in the comments your experience with terracotta. The good, the bad, I'm too scared to even try, and yeah, hit that like button, please. Step 8. Now we're gonna grout those joints. Once your adhesive and pre-grout sealer have cured, remove the spacers, mix the grout according to the manufacturer's recommendations. Please read the instructions, please. For a flat face tile, you can grout as normal, using a grout float and pushing the grout into the joint and cutting it off on a 45-degree angle, wiping the excess with a sponge and shaping your joints. For textured tiles, you may need to take a little extra precaution. The textured tile can hold the grout, even when it's pre-sealed. You can choose to use a grout bag, which with the wider joints is not that difficult. The finesse comes down when you need to tool those joints and get them looking good. Also, you can consider masking the tile's edges. This keeps the grout off of the face of the tile. Let the grout cure fully before you do your final clean. Another tip is to use a complementary grout color. There is a chance, especially with those textured faces, that you will not be able to remove all the grout, and you want that grout to, well, blend in. Step number 9, the final seal. After your grout cures, apply the final penetrating sealer over the tiles. This is for extra protection and maybe even an optional sheen, matte or satin, even gloss. Use multiple coats if needed and let it cure per the instructions. Okay, now you've got all the steps. Here's the common pitfalls you want to make sure you avoid. Variation. Blend those tiles. Pull from multiple boxes during layout and installation for an even distribution. Fragility. Handle with care and make sure you buy some extra tiles. Subfloor issues. Don't skip the prep. This is critical to a long-lasting installation. Grout stains. Pre-seal and consider using a grout bag or masking tape for your tiles. Poor adhesion. Make sure you use the proper notch trowel and then also back butter those tiles. Skipping the sealing. Unsealed tiles stain permanently. Reapply the sealer as part of your ongoing maintenance. Okay, for your maintenance tips, you want to sweep and vacuum regularly, removing that abrasive dirt. Clean with a neutral pH cleaner and wipe any spills up quickly. Reseal periodically based on the wear of your sealer type. Installing terracotta takes patience and the right techniques, but the results are a durable, story-filled floor and wall project that's worth the effort. With my 25 years of experience, these steps can save you time, money, and headaches, whether you're doing it yourself or you're a pro looking for some extra guidance. If you've watched this far and are overwhelmed, hey, there's no shame in hiring an expert, but if you're going for it, I believe in you. You've got this. Follow along, and don't forget, watch this next video right here. There's some great steps to help you finish. If you made it to the end, thanks. Smash that like button, subscribe, share your terracotta comments, and let's keep learning together. Tile the world.